How rate cuts affect your financial media biz. If you're in a financial media business already, you know rate cuts, they don't really affect your financial media business, but they are what everyone talks about. And you need to be talking about what everyone is talking about. You just do. CPI was today, happens a lot. And the one YouTube video I did over the past week that really did super reach, it's not viral. I don't even say the word viral for my subscriber base, but super reach. So whatever typical baseline reach is for the channel, uh, particularly this one, I know the numbers are very different if you have subscribers. I don't really have subscribers. So to have the same number of views as subscribers for me is what I would call super reach, which is good. So CPI and using um, basically a script in order to do that is really helpful. And one thing that's really helpful has been to say, write in like ASE technical English. It's like a really simple form, small words, something like that, easy to say. And to weave in urgency never hurts, especially when it's something that people are already feeling that around, like the inflation, um, and a great title, and just like a good song title. You know, Avicii put out a song, and then Zed put out the same song title within a month. There, you'll see that all the time, same song title. So that too. But here's the dealio. Progress on the triggered campaign front. First of all, this is seeming achievable. Gotta wait another week for SMS. It's just been week after week after week of wait. But it was healthy to get an LLC. I do have to get some articles of incorporation or something to get that bank account, but I guess I'll start that bank account 2027, finish this one out with all the expenses through a single personal sole prop statement checking account. So here's the deal. 200 emails as a library. It sounds like a lot, but over the course of a couple weeks, they can be a little stale. I mean, there's something like, 500 billion-dollar plus companies. So 200 emails is definitely doable to talk about over 2 weeks. It's definitely a reach goal, but just getting started here, this triggering seems pretty achievable, particularly triggering off of 2 opens. So one open is maybe not representative of a real open, right? Whether it's a preloader or whatever the Apple thing is that people keep talking about. But 2 opens, they open an email or another one got opened as well. It means they're sort of sifting through their email, I would think. Guess there could be another reason for that, but I can't think of it right now. So that seems like a good trigger. And then picking an email that has had the best response rate would be great, but we don't have to get fancy here. All I'm really trying to do is just say, hey, this one seems like it's people like it and doing good. So put that on top and then send that to people who haven't received it yet. So, there's probably going to be like a little gotcha here and there, but pretty much this seems pretty doable. And notably, this is going to be the nice little source of truth to have in the back end, you could say, where the SendGrid equivalent, where the campaign info is at. So I like that. I don't really see any problems with this. This seems manageable. The next thing is going to be, I don't really want this to go haywire, of course, but I can just read this event stream as they come in. open, click, whatever it is over here. So that should be fine. I don't know what these times are, but I could probably fix them if I was important. They're pretty much now. This is up to date. So this is good. And of course, I can query and just say, hey, um, give me how well this recent email did. So it all seems doable here. There's definitely some unanswered questions in terms of, pace of YouTube growth, pace of subscriber uh, sign up is slow, slow, slow. But I don't really have another avenue that I can think of, um, until I can monetize a subscriber at whatever I acquire them for, say $8, right? Sure. Then at the start it might be like $15, who knows? Um, then I really don't have anything. So 50,000 contacts would be the goal, So if I have 4% clicking, if I click send like once a week, I send like the best performing YouTube video, which has been a nice little um, improvement rather than just sending, the one that's most up to date, actually sending the sort of the best performing one over the past week, I think is slightly more customer centric, you could say, what you want to get and read. So if it's 4% clicks and I'm sending, I mean, we know that the numbers are going to work eventually, but to get to that 50,000, 1% would be 500, right? So 4% would be 2,000 clicks. Yeah. And then that becomes useful to an advertiser. And the words are all messed up. An advertiser is the person who is saying, hey, I wish, someone would buy my product or read my trade education service or whatever. So if I can send them 2,000 clicks of people who are pretty in the realm, in the region of interested / qualified, I can probably get a sale out of that. And that is going to be, where it starts. So if even a $40 sale, I mean, it's like a 0.5% conversion rate, but still, that's totally in the ballpark of realistic, really, honestly. So that's where I need to be. Um, and that might only happen once a week, right? If that's what the click-through rate is, clicking on once a week. So 50,000 emails is going to take a minute. So I know there's something I might have to get. I've got to scratch my head and get creative here. But there definitely is. I just don't know it. Probably some intermediate step between pouring money into meta ads, losing that money, gaining subscribers, making a tiny percent back, 50 cents or something when they see this thank you page after offers thing, where they click through and sign up for their newsletters. I could maybe when I get to like 10,000 contacts, or, $50,000. I don't know what is first, but just saying to someone who's already appears to be buying leads. I mean, you can see on the bottom of people's pages, when you fill out their form, it says on the bottom, you'll also receive a subscription to these other newsletters. So if I can contact those newsletters and say, hey, I've got traffic, I can send you, I don't know, 100 leads a week, something like that. Maybe I can buy them for, right, if there's $15, $10 and make it easy, $1,000 a week. That'll sort of be the first maybe partnership, is just selling the leads off. So that's a place to start. Keep this sort of short and sweet. But yeah, so yeah, it's the contact goal or the paying for the meta ads and the leads goal um, to get that steady stream. Because there's definitely not a steady stream from YouTube. There could be at some point, but right now it's just sort of optimizing how to gives people what they need that's timely, um, but also useful enough, or in their eyes useful enough. Talks about topics they want me to talk about, CPI, um, that they then sign up, and everything starts to grow, snowball a little bit. So that's it. Pretty measured today. Follow me on X.